So Jamie is under the weather, so ignore her. She's recovering. What?
Rude.
I don't want you to feel pressure to perform when you don't feel well.
Eat my toast.
So I'm commandeering the workbench. So I'm going to superimpose it, but I'll show you guys anyway. So we were gone this weekend, and we stayed at 2 different hotels. And the joy of hotels is corporate art. So I went and took pictures of the corporate art around the hotel. So, like that there. Ooh. Because I wanted to see if there's a way to do like nail designs or whatever inspired by hotel art. And I think it's been proved it can be done. So I did my test stick. I'm not going to show it just yet because I'm going to do a better one second. I really gunked it up the first times. I took too long dabbing. And it started to clump. But now that I have a general idea of what I'm doing, I think I managed to approximate the first thing I showed on the screen. So what I'm starting with is a new swatch stick, and I'm about to do white. And I'm doing Morgan Taylor for everything because why wouldn't I? So they're not going to send us free stuff if we don't, exclusivize. So, doing the Morgan Taylor white, and I'll go from there.
Julian, the police just called me. Lucas and Brad were in an accident? Are they in there?
Alright, so here's the game plan. I'm reusing my sponge. Instead of just a straight up 3-band gradient, I'm doing it a little oddly askew. And what my intent is I'm using these 3 colors as my bands to some degree, but then I'm also dotting in this, and it didn't really turn out to my liking the first time around, but I got the gist. So that's what the plan is. So I got my white stick, managed to do it in 1 coat this time. So that'll kind of set the tone here. Well, so here's my reference card that I'm working off of, so I don't forget what I did. Alright, here it is after 1. Problem with selfie mode is I can't get it to focus necessarily, so I'll try that and see if that does anything for me at all. So not bad. Now one thing with my sponge is I think I kind of try to overdo what I'm up to, so what I'm going to do is just stick with 3 colors, but I'm going to use this part of the sponge to do my weird 4th smudge color. I don't know how else to put it. You'll see, it'll all make perfect sense, or it won't. There, then the dab. So there's that part. Just putting in some nude here and hoping this works. It kind of did, except it's taking color with it.
Rip off a piece of sponge and use the tweezers.
I saved it. I was able to double sponge. Alright, well, it's actually kind of the oil painty kind of look I'm looking for. Alright, so here's my crusty looking, oil painty looking, weird non-gradient. It's a bit gloppy, but it's been drying for hours. I'm going to top coat it with good old Sèche Vive and see how that goes. I'm hoping that smooths everything over literally. And check it out. Alright, so let's review. Here's one of these that's not top coated. It's a bit rough and ready, but I think it makes my point. It's very artistical, very winter, very corporate. Now here it is with about 10 pounds of sèche vivre, to the point where I don't know if it's going to actually show up. I'm going to see if I can zoom in and go that way. See if I can move these lights around. So that's going to be the challenge, getting these lights to cooperate. Well, how's that? Huh? Get a photo. I think it's kind of cool. It's very oil painting looking. It's glossy AF. I wonder if I should have done matte. I think what I'll do is I'll make one more of these and then I'll do matte over it and see what happens. I'm not generally a fan of matte top coat aesthetically. But we'll see people's channels where they'll be like, and then I did a matte top coat. And there's certain instances where they seem to say that matte's the way to go. But I think, again, we're so under the influence of Simply Analogical. And her bent is to do gloss up the wahs. And so I think it's carried over to us. But I'll give it a shot. We do have matte. I'll try it out. These aren't that hard to make. I still have my polishes ready to go. The one thing I couldn't get was the nude splotches from the inspiration piece. But here's my chance to try it again and get those in there. Alright, I'm into the home stretch on this project. My corporate art. Suitable for hotel rooms everywhere. Now I'm going to do the matte base coat, or top coat rather. Yes, I'm going to do the matte base coat. And I'll be really upset if you don't notice it. Alright, here's the finale. I did the matte top coat, not that you can tell because I can't get this damn camera to focus. Why won't it focus? Hello. Okay, here's the grand finale. I used the OPI matte top coat this time. My bad brush stroke situation here is pretty obvious with this stuff compared to the glossy top coat that forgives lots of sins. On the other hand, it's definitely a trade-off because I do think you get more of the detail of this stuff, so for the artsy-fartsy look of it, as I struggle to light this well, I can definitely see some merits to matte. It's not what I would reach for when top coating something, but I think matte has certain virtues. For the artistic look I was going for, it's definitely that. Now here's the glossy versus matte. So you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Mess around with this a little bit. Here's the reverse angle. Let me try and pull these closer together. All right. So yeah, and not a bad experiment. It's definitely a different look. Now, probably good for stamping something over this. I'm going to go with just leaving it alone. I think I've done enough damage for one night. But neat. So that's corporate art inspired, well, hotel themed artwork. Care of the, in this case, the Hilton Altamonte Springs. So if you go to the Crystal Ballroom at the Hilton, you'll see the pictures that inspired this sort of thing, but I'll also superimpose it in here somewhere as well. Fabulous!
Yeah.